Okay, Americans helping Americans and AMP Live, the American Mentee program. Turn the tunes down. All right, hopefully you got the tunes rocking and rolling. I know Father's Day is coming up and rolling up, so happy Father's Day to everybody out there. We'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday sermon and talk a little about real estate, what's going on, rants and raves in the private sector, as well as the I like to call the public sector. Public sector is real estate agents, brokers, loan officers, all that good stuff. The private sector is where I live, where you live, where we live, most likely if you're a creative real estate investor or wholesaler, bird dog, JV peep, or whatever it is you're calling yourself, and wherever you're at in this industry at this particular time. So today we're going to do a little bit of training. We're going to talk about how to find those deals real quick. I want to share a couple things to give you the good and bad and ugly about like PropStream. We'll talk a little bit about PropWire, talk a little about data, we'll talk about text, talk about the AI thing. I get it. I'm not going to get down and dirty and deep into AI. It's there. It's happening. If you know how to use it, more power to you. But today, right now, so welcome to the 30 Days to a Deal Challenge live stream, as well as the Saturday training. We're going to talk about real estate. I'm going to share a couple of cool things with you right now. There's a thing called NOTs, notice of defaults, notice of trustee sales, as well as lis pendens in different states. If it is non-judicial foreclosure process, right, then it's going to be like an NOD, notice of default, there's a process, notice trustee sale. If it is judicial, then it's going to be called a lis pendens. But I have seen lis pendens on foreclosures in the state of California, and that's where we are. California is non-judicial, right? It's also a public information because of the Public Information Act. People get you get this information and data, right? So it's kind of funny, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this real estate stuff. If you just want to chime in, I appreciate it. Go ahead and do the loves and the likes, share the videos. We're trying to pay it forward and share and care and all that good stuff, right? You can catch us on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch, all those other ones. You can hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. Tons of videos. Watch them back and forth and get all the juicy nuggets out of those. And pro tips. That's what I did when I got started. You know, even with my back up against the wall, you know, working a corporate job and all that good stuff, raising 3 kids, wife, and 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week, and then still studying for the real estate test, as well as trying to get the business up and running. Maybe that's where you're at, maybe not. But the bottom line is that, hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do, and just read it over and over. Become a expert. Become an expert at clauses, right? Writing clauses, understanding the contracts in and out. Just gobble them up and eat them up, because that's where you're going to make your money. You're going to make your money with a pen, piece of paper, your brain, and your mouth, right? Nothing that's awesome, I think. I'd rather do that than go pound a hammer or go work a job or have a boss. We all got bosses, right? Doesn't matter what it is. Even if you're an entrepreneur, you have a boss. Who's your client? Who's the seller, the buyer, mentee, student, whatever your business you are in, you're going to have your bosses. Your bosses are your clients. Or you go to a job, and then you have the hierarchy of a job, corporate gig, and all the bullshit that goes with it. But today we're going to talk about creative real estate investing. We're going to talk about pre-foreclosures. Now, there's different niches out there. I'm not going to touch on land or anything like that. People are making money on land until they don't make money on land. Everything is cyclical, goes up and down and all the way around, comes and goes. Pro tip, go back to the 1800s, 1900s, and look at the cycles and trends. Beautiful thing to do, and you can kind of put your crystal ball together. My prediction is about where we at in 2024, so I'm thinking maybe 2027, 28. Market will start going at its peak and then start dipping 28, 29, 2030. Or maybe we'll start seeing the heavy pre-foreclosures, short sales, REOs, and then the market will finally bottom out maybe 20, 30, 31, 32. That'll be our 2010, 11, 12, and 13 of the last cycle, where if you had tons of money or a skill set, you would have made lots of money, because properties were like, geez, they're so freaking cheap. It's crazy, right? And in a cycle like this, it never happens, right? You usually go backwards, and it's about maybe 5 to 10%, 3 to 5 to 10% above whatever the market was back then, and on top of inflation, whatever that is, inflation at the time. Obviously, we got a bunch of inflated inflation and hyperinflation, past hyperinflation, all kinds of crap. But the bottom line is true inflation, is three point something and some change somewhere around there, right? For this cycle, who knows what it's going to be, right? I just know, but the last cycle, it's never went backwards, right? It's never went lower than what that inflation number was, as well as the 3 to 5% on top of whatever properties were. So, like for example, it was 100,000, and properties were 100,000, and then they peaked all the way up, maybe 2, 3, 400,000. Then they all went all the way backwards. It usually be about probably 5, 10, 15% above. So 110, 115,000 to go back. They actually went back to this. I know for a fact, like in the high desert, they're down to 70, 80, back to 50, 60, 70, 80, $90,000 and rolled all the way back. And my prediction is that's just about it, right? I know that probably San Bernardino is going to get hit first, and then it's going to be Orange County, and then Los Angeles County will be last on the totem pole to drop. But when the market starts going up, probably in 2032, 33, who knows what that'll be, but it's just a prediction, right? We'll just have to watch it. It's kind of like watching I don't know, like a boat on the ocean, and seeing where's the high tides. What's going to happen? Is there storms in between? What's going to happen to that ship at the end of the day? So when you're looking and thinking about that, you're going, okay, well, we got San Bernardino. So when the market starts shifting, Los Angeles County will start going up first, then Orange County will go up, and then San Bernardino will start going up, right? But real estate's always going up no matter what. So if you bought it in the last cycle and you held on to it, it's worth a lot of money. Even if it crashes and takes a shit, you can still ride it out and wait for the cycle to, if you get to live long enough for another cycle, you're going to make money or pass it on to your family. And after all, that's the reason why I got into real estate, was to buy properties, fix them, flip them, hold on to them, cash flow, and be able to give me the money so I can go do other things like, have other companies. And be involved, in the music and entertainment, all that good stuff, right? Because you always will follow your passions. So the passions that I have in music and things that I had in the past fuel what we're doing today, right? So it's a lateral move, and it's a move in a direction that works for me. And hopefully it'll work for you, depending on what that is, right? Some people are shy and don't want to do all this camera stuff. Some people are shy and they want to be behind the scenes. It's okay. You can be behind the scenes and still have this business. You can be in the front and still have the business. Just use your skill sets at the end of the day that are best for you. So let's get into a little bit here. We're going to get into, let's see what we got. I'm going to show you something here. It's, where's it at? Let me bring this up. Where is that property? Okay, so here's one. I'm going to bring something up real quick. So there is a platform. It's called REI Reply. As you can see, I don't know if you can see this, right? But it says "Help Me." So we're running running campaigns basically on this platform, and the goal is to find properties here. And I'll pull this up real quick. So we buy houses, right? No commissions, no closing costs, written guarantee within 24 to 72 hours. Yes, we pay zero closing costs, never an upfront fee. Salary House today, we have solutions. That's the key word. We have solutions and we can help, right? So call that number, call that link, or go to the link, right? Now, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go to the link, fill out that information. You got yourself a nice, hot, juicy lead. Or they're going to at least call and touch bases with you and get into the system. Once you're into the system, or we're running data, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about data as well. We're going to talk about NODs, pre-foreclosures, probates, for sale by owners. It doesn't matter what it is. Expireds. Expireds are lovely for getting listings. They're also lovely for finding properties that you can acquire subject to existing financing with some seller financing, and tap into those and make them properties that you can cash flow for your portfolio, right? It's being done. And usually, look, expireds, they want to sell. People want to sell. So that is a pro tip for you. I'm going to share a couple of places where you can go and check the NOTs, notice of trustee sales. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that if an NOD is hotter than an NOT. Notice the default comes first. Notice trustee sale comes second. I'm not going to get into the foreclosure one-on-one process for California or any other state. You have to definitely check. So, full disclaimer, I am not an attorney. I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm not a financial analyst, right? I'm just here just for entertainment purposes. I'm your host. I'm going to be your host for this AMP Live real estate show today and some training. But check that out, right? This is some marketing. One, this is online marketing, online assets where you're running ads on Facebook, or they're going to see a postcard, or it's going to get dropped off at the property, or it's going to be a flyer of some sort, right? Or this will be dropped in a text. They can drop that image into a text. They can call. Once they call, they're going to go to a page that's going to be a full lead gen page, right? A micro website. At the end of the day, when you have something like that, what it does, you can have the short form or the long form. I don't like the short form. I like the long form. I'd rather have all the information, and I'd rather the seller give us all the information, or we get on the phone with them, and that's what we're doing now, right? So Victor's been doing pretty good at that. He's, calling these people as they come into the system and platform, making a call, doing a text, set an appointment, get on the phone, get the full submission, right? Submit it, underwrite it, set the appointment. Let's go buy it. Let's go belly to belly to get an awesome, juicy deal. That's where the AMP Live method comes in and the art of the deal comes in. Or we'll make an offer contingent upon inspection, and we'll just say, what's your email? No problem if it's a no-brainer, right? If it's a no-brainer, then we don't have to see it. You can buy these properties sight unseen to a degree, but you're still going to have to at least do one day inspection to make sure that some bitch is not burned down. Believe it or not, it's happened, right? We write an offer contingent upon inspection. Oh, it's lovely. It's awesome. It's great. It doesn't need much work, right? Just a little bit of paint. And we go to the property, and it's freaking horrible. It's a hoarder pad. So there's stuff everywhere. There's literally trash in one bedroom that's halfway filled. We drive in the driveway and literally look like the person was throwing shit out of the window of the kitchen onto the driveway floor. And the garage was horrible. Oh my gosh, the city almost came down and condemned it. And they're just happy that we took over the property. This was a pre-foreclosure as well. Found the pre-foreclosure. My partner associate went with me, went to the property, wrote it all up. The older gentleman had a son who was living in the property. His son was living in the property. So, and the son was, he worked for, Universal Studios, security guard and all that good stuff, but he's just a bit of a hoarder, right? So he goes, well, if you can give me some money, young man or young men, I just need money to pay off my credit cards. I got a new wife now, and to do it I got to take her on a trip, on a cruise. When I come back, I'm going to come back, clean up the pad a little bit for his own personal house. And he wanted to have at least, I believe, 70, 80 grand to be able to buy his son a mobile home, because we knew we were going to buy his property that his son was living in, and that the city was going to condemn 2 or 3 times, right? And he got all these fines, so you got to clean it, you got to do this. And so he had to do that. He got tired of doing that 2 or 3 times. So he was pretty much the time we got to him, he was burned out, said, man, just write me a check. If you can give me a check for, I believe it was like $157,000, we're good to go. And we gave him half, said some cash now, some cash later. And that's it. Gave him money so he can go ahead and buy his son a mobile home. Once we did that, he vacated. Of course, once he vacated the property, he didn't, he's not taking all his trash. I say, go ahead and leave all the damn trash there, right? I think it was like 2 or 3 roll-off bins that we had to use to clean all the trash out of that freaking house, right? So he got his check, and once he got his check, then we went in, fixed it, put it back on the market, sold it, gave the gentleman his other half of his money so he can take his new bride on a ocean cruise, and then to fix up his property and to, pay whatever credit card bills he has. So that stuff happens out there. It does. It is, people say timing and, all that good stuff. Yes, it is about timing, but it is about knowing when it comes. It's about being prepared. So when you're prepared, and if it drops on your table, easy peasy. If you're not prepared, doesn't matter about the timing. You can get deals, and deals come your way left and right, or not even know that you have deals. And what happens, right? Oh, shit. I didn't know that was a deal. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, wholesale. Oh, subject to. Oh, I guess I got to learn sub 2 now. I got to learn seller finance. I got to learn multifamily. No. The trick here is hyper focus. Think of it. My dad used to say, like a horse, right? Horses have blinders for a reason, right? So they don't get spooked and get tripped out. Otherwise, they're always looking, and they're paranoid animals, right? So they put blinders on them. And I said the same thing. So when I think about that, it's true. What did I do? Put on blinders. Put on those blinders and focus on one thing. Either you're going to be an awesome bird dog, or you're going to be an awesome wholesaler, or you're going to be an awesome person who finds deals to fix and flip. You know, the goal is to be able to just to hyper focus and then move along the track as your skill sets get better and better and better. Okay. And that's what I did. So what we got here on here, we got about 15 minutes. I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes, but I want to share this with you. So that's one thing. Let me share. Let me see if I want to pull this up real quick. We have the help me. Is that the one I'm streaming right now? I think so. I'm going to show you a property too. So here's the property. Look, they go into foreclosure now. I wouldn't suggest going here, and I don't endorse it, but I'm going to share the tab anyways. Okay. And let me go back over here so we can change it. All right. So like this, like the property we saw was in REI Reply. So you can use REI Reply. You can use REI Black Book. You can use REI Pro. You can use, there's batch leads. There's all kinds of CRMs out there, Deal Flow, right? Reach out to me and I'll give you the good and the bad. I'll probably even put a report together, right, on the good and the bad of CRMs, data, text, marketing, tech, right? I'm not going to get into the AI stuff because I'll be honest with you, I'm not the expert at AI. I'll look into it. We've been looking into it, right? And there's just something about it. We're eventually going to have to adapt. It's no different than calling and then, what was it? The three line dialers, 5 line dialers, and robocalling, and then text, and then we have Ringler's voice message. All that technology comes, and then it gets regulated, and then you got to do what you got to do, just like it is with text right now, which is a pain in the ass, right? But it is what it is. We adjust and we adapt. We adjust, adapt, and rock, or you adjust and adapt and perish, as I always say, right? So this is a pre-foreclosure, okay? It's an auction. Now, let me see. Now, this is something that came down. You can, I don't care, take the address, whatever. But the bottom line is this is the most important thing right here. See this Monday, July 22nd. Monday, July 22nd. Now, I will tell you on this particular property, I do believe it was scheduled for like June 11th. So, they they got lucky, right? They missed a bullet is what happened. And it happens. I'll tell you another story. And it happens. There are some people that would rather, they think they have something here. They got a property. They did not make the payments. They're behind. Their credit is shit. They may have some equity, so they think they have some leverage, but they do, but they don't. They're just going to be the own worst enemy. And our job is not to go and take their property. It's not to steal their property, right? There's people that say that. And the rebuttal is, as I always say, look, then you go make their payments, right? If it's so hard on you, and you want to judge myself or others or you or others out there working deals, whether it's a distressed property, fixer upper, probate, does not matter. It's business, right? Business is business, but depends on how you frame it too and how you conduct your business. We like to conduct our business like professionals. Obviously, I'm here. I don't have to be suited up. I can be in some tennies and the jeans and my hair all fucked up and sideways like I got bed hair or something, right? Not shave, have a beard or whatever. I get it. For me, I think that you deserve professionalism. So even when I'm going to come out here, I'm going to be professional with you, others, mentees, students, buyers, sellers. Doesn't matter who it is, because that's how I conduct my business. Now, if it's private, it's different, right? Am I going to be in flip-flops and shorts and, and all that other good stuff in a Hawaiian shirt? I don't wear that stuff, but I could, but I don't, right? So this depends on you at the end of the day. And I'm not saying, look, there's people out there that can do that, right? They can dress up a certain way and just go do deals, right? And it is what it is. But I don't care how many people do that and they say, well, I'm just going to dress. Look at Bezos and he wears a T-shirt and the Facebook guy wears a T-shirt. And I get it. They got tons of money. They can do all that good stuff, right? When we're getting started, or even if you have a bunch of money, look, I'm going to say what usually happens is people will start off that way. Then eventually, I don't care. I've been doing this for quite a while. And I see people. They start changing. All of a sudden, they're wearing a suit. They're shaven. They're clean cut. And even as they progress down the ladder to make more money, and then their whole persona starts to change, right? Into a more, because they're dealing with different people, right? Dealing with other people, big dogs, professionals, or even they start looking at it going, yeah, okay, I think I need to up my game a bit, right? And give what sellers, students, mentees, buyers, investors deserve. Work with somebody who's professional. Now, when you go and break bread, that's different. You break bread, you've done deals, you know each other. Cool. Levi's, a shirt. I'm gonna rock my American shirt later on today, right? It's cool. I may even come on live. But the bottom line is that's what happens. It's like dating, right? When you go out and you look for a girlfriend or you're out dating, or whether it's a guy or a gal, right? You're attracted to something. You're not attracted to people who have fucked up hair and ugly face and don't shower and all that shit, right? Do you? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Some people don't care unless you're in. Depends. When you're younger, when you get older, same thing, right? But at the end of the day, it's called courtship, right? So when you're in a business and you want to go date a woman, or if you're vice versa and date a man, you want to look your best, you want to feel your best, you're going to be on your best behavior, right? All the stuff that's in the closet is locked up and doesn't come out, so they don't think you're a weirdo, right? So it's the same thing when you're working, because first impressions are everything. Remember, perception is reality, and at the same token, what we look at, what we see, is important, and it's been tested. You got someone who's rude and in jeans, and then someone who's professional. The person on the other side of the desk is helping this person, the professional person. And the one who's an asshole, they don't. And even if this person is dressed up in a suit and they're an asshole and these other people being nice, they're still going to help the asshole who's suited up. That's just society. That's just the way everybody's been programmed, right? Unless you understand the mechanics of people and psychologically and go, okay, yeah, this person's a good person. You know what? Or moral compass. This person was here first, so I'm going to help them regardless of their asshole or whatever. Because then if you don't and you help this other person, then you're an asshole, right? Because you're skipping the line. You're being rude just because this guy, but that's your job. So if that's your job and it's your duty, you got to follow the rules for your job. Same thing in a business. What are your policies and procedures? What is up? It's up to you. Now, I'm very stringent when I do what I do with how I do it. Hey, you should have said this. You need to be on the call. You got to show up to the party. You'd be surprised, right? We got youngsters coming aboard on the real estate side and the traditional and public side, right? And it's like, hey, you're going to show up to the party? Show up to the party and things will happen. Momentum happens, right? Now, there's one word that I hate. It's called busy, right? Busy means you're going to the store, you got this done, you're doing everything that you should not be doing. You're doing everything else but doing your business. Means busy. That's what that means. Doing everything else except your business. That means you're busy. Busy is bullshit. I say rock and roll, right? If you're rocking and rolling, it could be another form of busy. I get it, right? But at the same token, you got to be doing stuff that's moving your business forward, right? So I always say busy, the word, right? If I got $5 for every time I heard the word busy, I'd have probably 4 or 5 Lambos by now, right? Because it's bullshit. It's almost like the multi-leveling. I'm not saying anything bad about multi-level marketing or network marketing or whatever they're calling it these days, but it's kind of the same thing, right? You get on the phone. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me call you back. I'm really busy. Yeah, okay. 5 minutes. Watch that video. All right, bye-bye. But now they don't even have to do a phone call. It's a text. But yet you want to make money, yet you're taking people's time to help you get trained, or you paid for a program and a training program. You have to show up to the party, let your coach or mentor do what they need to do, because if they can't, that means you're not coachable, right? You don't get to dictate. At the end of the day, I didn't get to dictate my mentor. He said, show up, I show up. He said, give me this, call the seller and get me this authorization and this or whatever else I need, call the bank, and I do it. Whether I was at Disneyland or whether I was with my family at dinner, or I'd step the fuck out and go, okay, no problem, let me get that done. Familia, this is what I got to do. Got to go to work. 5 minutes, be right back. Because you can do this business anywhere. It's a lifestyle. You're not punching a clock. So it's not like you're doing it 8 hours, 10 hours a day. Please, spare me, right? Doing all the bullshit stuff in between and not doing your job or doing the gig or doing what you need to do. I always say excuses, what is it? You can have excuses or results. You cannot have both, and it's true. You can have a bunch of excuses, but you're not going to get any results. So if you have excuses, you won't get results. If you want results, then there's no room for excuses. You just get it done. Whatever's on your plate, get done. Okay? That's what I did. And I never questioned them. And I'd ask all the questions after. Hey, why did I have to get this authorization of release? Why are we doing this with the first and the second in the bank? Hey, there's a notice of default. Can we do this? What's this memorandum of option for? Why are we recording this? 20,000 for what? I don't understand. Then he'd explain it to me, and then I'd process it, and then I'd put it into my process, right? And then rinse and repeat and keep doing it until you can't do it and you have to shift and maneuver, because it's like the tides of the ocean. Real estate is cyclical, goes up and down constantly, always, right? Micro bursts and things of that nature, always constantly going back with a seller buyer, seller buyer, seller buyer. What market is this? You know, very, very awesome thing. Let me get rid of the screen real quick. Let's go back over here. Go to this. Put that right up in there. I think I got another one. What we got? Here's the website I want to share with you. Check this out. Save this. My voice getting a little crazy. It's been a while. I haven't been live in a while. Like I said, I've been like the mad scientist putting stuff together, getting ready for the new cycle. Summer's here. A lot of inventory is dropping all over the place, adjusting and adapting as we move forward. But I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that real quick? Check this out. This is awesome. Pro tip. Save this. Even if you got to rewind it, go back and forth, go back and forth, go back and forth, and check it out. The website is Quality Loan Service. Now, if you know what those are, great. If you don't, let me know. Do a chat or say hi or whatever. Or if you see this video, type it in there and say, or just go to a DM and ask me, hey, what is this for? How do I get this? Where do I go? What do I do with this? Now, there is something that you can do with this, right? There's a thing called PropStream. That's not it, right? It's a thing called PropStream. It's good. I like it. It's $97 a month. If you want a free trial, ask me. I'll give you a link, or you just go there and check it out. There's another one that's free. It's called PropWire, right? PropWire is free, and I think they have a paid one, all that good stuff. The reason I like PropStream is because of all the different fields. It's great for pre-foreclosures. It's great for more. It gives you more fields and data to be able to look at what's the notice of default. What do they owe? What is the story? Because when we're talking to these sellers and we get a full submission by talking with them and then submitting it, we start underwriting it. Then we compare it to, hey, the seller said they had a first. Then they had a second. Hey, they didn't mention about this. You see this third on here. They didn't mention this third. Will that blow the deal or not, right? So it has more data points. We'll be able to know and add up, well, when did you have that pre-foreclosure? Back payments. How much do they owe? Right? All that good stuff. For this particular one here, what this is a servicer. There's a thing called servicers. So when we look this stuff up, there's Aquin, there's Quality Loans, right? There's Mr. Cooper, Franklin, all kinds of them, right? Aquin's been around a while. There's several of them that were there and then went out of business and just switched their name and came back as something else. All they do is service the loan. Okay, they're like the trustee. They're not the beneficiary. The beneficiary is going to be like what? The New York Mellon with we got Bear Stearns. It could be Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, private. And that's the good thing about when we're using PropStream or PropWire is that you can actually use the data to say, well, what kind of loan is this? A lot of times you'll see there, hey, that's that loan. That's a hard money loan. Oh, that's a conventional loan. It's an FHA loan. Great for creative real estate investing because then it tells us, hey, what can we do with this? Where's the exit strategy? Even when we're working with the seller says, no, I don't want to do any seller financing. I don't want to do any, take over my payments because my bank won't allow that, blah, 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 blah. After we've done our homework and we step into a house, we're coming out with a sub-2 deal in some sort, one way or another. 9 times out of 10, if it's a pre-foreclosure, okay? Simply because, or it could be, I'm not going to explain all the different steps that we utilize in our arsenal, but that's will happen because if we know that there's a first and there's a second, maybe there's a third, right? We can work with the third, maybe pay them off. We can work with the first and reinstate, or is it the second that needs to be reinstated? Once we do that, we take over the property and we're able to give them cash faster. Or we're going to have to work all those numbers together and be able to buy it cash, right? If we buy it cash, we can do that if the spread is there. When the spread is not there, people think, well, it's seller financing. It has to be like turnkey or really high, and we're buying more about the interest rate and the payment. But I see a lot of loans out there and a lot of deals out there that are, they're at retail. And then when you add up great interest rate, but then you got, the payment, HOAs, all kinds of other shit. And then you look at the area rent, it's only $2,500, and then you got a $3,000 payment, or even a $2,800 payment, right? And I should say, maybe $2,500 area rent, and the payment is maybe 23 or 24. It's not much room there. I like to have 100%. In other words, if I find a property that's $1,500 payment, and I know the area rent is $3,000, I'm good to go. I'll take that one all day long. Even if it is a $450,000 retail property and the interest rate is, under 5%, and it's a 30-year conventional or FHA, and yes, there's debates about FHA and VA. Can you still do that? I won't get into this, but yes, you can still do those deals, right? There's a certain way to do them. Same thing with subject to. There's a certain way of doing it, right? With this, even if you're going to do the wraps and seller finance, that's a whole totally different thing. But they're there, right? I would take something like that. I wouldn't want a property. I look at so many of these properties, entry levels short, small. So what? 30,000, great. I get in with 30,000, pay the wholesaler, give the seller a couple of bucks. I'd rather just do that and take the son of a bitch over, right? If the interest rate is good, that's fine. But what if the payment is $2,500 and rent's only 23? Do I really want that headache, right? Especially when the market starts taking a shit, the equity is going to drop to shit. Trying to cash flow something, you're probably going to be negative if you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 properties, or even 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 properties. Now, the rent obviously adjusts. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, but it always goes up. Same with properties, right? But I wouldn't want that. Those are going to be short sales down the road. We'll gobble those up down the road as short sales, right? Or other people, once they start getting into the short sale market. There are a few that are in the short sale market right now. They're doing that and they're making money. That's awesome. There's going to be an abundance of them. Once everything starts going foreclose, and that thing goes from 450 to 125 to 250, and the equity's gone, and then all of a sudden the rent starts adjusting and cheap, and it's, hey, I'll just rent. Maybe, hopefully, if nothing goes bad, nothing blows up, and you're not rent, then there's going to be an issue, right? But we can still take those down as short sales. They're upside down. They're encumbered. I'd rather get a better deal. I'd rather have a $200,000 property or buy it for $200,000 in California. Anything under $300,000 with a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property in California, can't go wrong. You buy it, you're always going to cash flow it, right? So any other state is different. You got to look at the logistics and demographics and all that good stuff. But check this out, Quality Loan Servicing. If you go there, and you can actually sign up for an account. No, you don't have to be a broker, an agent, or anything fancy smancy. If you got properties, you can actually take the TS number, punch it in here, and go, hey, what's going on? What's the status? These are all going to be notice of trustee sales, NOTs, notice of trustee sales, okay? Super important. Not the NODs. NODs will be recorded. You can catch those on PropStream. You can catch them on PropWire. When you're pulling data, we like to pull data, yes, from PropStream. And I know there's Batch and other ones that are out there. And then skip tracing it, right? There's skip tracing places that you can go to. Batch skip traces, fine. Everybody says, we're at 70%. Be honest with you, right? Here's the truth about it. They're all about 50. It's a crapshoot. 50-50 is a crapshoot. Roll the dice and see what the fuck you get, right? That's the bottom line. But I'd rather do a crapshoot with at least scrubbed and clean data. Now, if you got shit data, then it's going to be more like 10%, 20% of the numbers will be correct, right? You want at least 50-50. You get a list of 50 people, hopefully 50 numbers are good, right? And eventually, once in a while, you get 60, 70%, 80%, right? But Batch is good. I know that REI Reply has Skip Butler. They give you the first 3 numbers. The first 3, it's been pretty good. The data's pretty good. It works, right? I'm not by all means endorsing anything here. I'm just sharing with you. Up to you. In the future, will there be links down there? I'm going to say, go check it out. I'm an affiliate. We're an affiliate. Go there, and if you like it, love it, awesome, right? We're going to get paid for you clicking the link and doing your thing. Right now, it's not happening, okay? But you can go there, go check it out, DM, ask me, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. But here, you can log in. And then I'm going to pick a city. So they do this in different states, right? So there's different companies and different services, even like this, that'll post their stuff. Some of them are just attorneys, period, right? They're not going to post it, or they might have a website. Texas, whole different jam, right? You got to go to the city, got to get a special list, all kinds of shit. And then I think they do their sales like once every month or something like that, right? Can you still catch them before? Of course, that's the goal. Same thing for probate, right? Probate, you want to be able to catch those, but you got to catch the errors. So it's a different type of jam, different type of list, a lot more calls and touching with people. And those are probably most likely 9 times out of 10 are going to be what? Cash, cash, cash. Because they don't want to do any terms. They all want their money and they want it fast and quick. They want to polish a turd, and I get it. God rest their soul to whoever passed away as part of life. But there's a property and they, polish the turd and then they want full retail for it. Never happens. It's always going to sell lower and fast and quick. So that'll be cash or hard money on the probate stuff. You got to work through them a little bit more, or they have to go if they're in a trust. There's easy peasy. If you're working with an attorney, that's great. I'd rather take it. If you're an attorney, let me know. Send properties to us, and we'll work something out at the end of the day in regards to, hey, we'll take care of your clients, and vice versa. You take care of our clients if we send them to you, right? But it's all about the data, right? If they're trust, we can go very quickly. If they're not in a trust and they got a will and they got to go through probate and the heirs and all that good stuff and write a survivorship, blah, 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 then it can take a little longer. Doesn't mean you cannot do them. But foreclosures are easy peasy. They're distressed properties. There's people, and don't say that what most people say, oh, there's so much competition and everybody's going after them. No, it's bullshit. Most people, most agents, most brokers are not going to go after those. Be a select few, because there's things and rules you got to follow and abide by in the public sector, in the private sector. You just say, hey, get the data, NOD, notice trustee sale. Let's work it out. Beautiful for sub two buyouts all day long, okay? That is our jam. That's what we're going to share with you when we're going to do a live, I believe, in a live meetup July. In July, around probably July 18th, somewhere around there. Look out for those posts. I'll share it with you. But here, there's an awesome little, I'm not going to log in here and I'll show this. I didn't have it logged in, but if you log in, you check it out. There's going to be some NOTs. It'll be anywhere. California, Texas, Florida, depends on where they're at. There's another one for you. I'm going to give you one more just for the hell of it. It's called Altasource Trustee Services. If you log in, register. I don't know if I can log in. Let me see. Am I Jude? No, I'm not going to do it. All right, but you can go in here and look up the same thing. And there's a lot of people when you're doing this business, right? And you're like, they're going to say, like right now, we got one that says, help me. We got another one that says, yes, I want some help. I have another one that says, yes, I have some questions. Another one said, what's your offer? Or make me an offer. But this is through campaigns and text, right? So that does work. And cold calling works too, right? Direct mail works. Postcards and all that good stuff, and letters and offers through the mail works. It all works. And you just have to refine it. Refine that vertical. Put those blinders on and hyper focus on one thing. Okay. If it's driving for dollars, maybe you don't have any money. Drive for dollars. Go build a list. Build a list. Bring it to us. We'll skip tracing. We'll put you to work. We'll throw you. We'll run you through our little AHA protege program, right? And where you can at least learn how to get that information on our lead gen form that'll be coded to you, so we know that it's coming from you. And you get that all lined out. Once you get it submitted, boom. We're going to underwrite it. You're going to put us in contact with them. We'll go write it up and you get paid on doing that, right? And that's kind of like a bird dog associate, whatever. No, we're not going to get into the JV with you, because I don't JV. The only time we JV is with our actual mentees who come aboard and work with us. Any deals you have, just FYI, AHA, Americans Helping Americans. If you have deals, you can go to the website, americanshelpamericans.net. And if you got a property, upload it free. I'm not going to charge you. Put it on there. Put whatever you want. Put your brand. Put who you are, whether you're an agent, broker, investor. Does not matter. This is not the MLS. We're not charging for anything. Go ahead and just ask me. If you're having issues, let me know. I'll get Sweden. He's only available during the evenings, right? But it'll help you, and get that all on there. Put your pictures on there, videos, whatever you want. And try to get your property sold. Get exposure, right? It's free. So you can go to americanshelpamericans.net to do that. There'll also be other properties. For us, inventory goes on there only after we've passed up the 2 weeks, right? So we did some guerrilla marketing. We're marketing the property. And then it's probably right before it goes onto the MLS, we'll put it on here. And then it'll eventually go onto the MLS if we don't sell it on this website or any other websites or through anybody else, right? But it's just a tool. Check it out, americanshelpamericans.net. That's our AHA real estate investment firm. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time. Doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And if you got deals, definitely send them over. Shoot me a DM. I'm going to go ahead and let me see what I got. Pull this up real quick. Got a QR code for you. We do have a 30 days to a deal challenge coming up. Scan that QR code. It's right there. Scan it. And it's absolutely free. It can help you get a deal with the next 30 days. Or if you have deals in the pipeline, you're going, I just don't know what to do. Or should I call this one? Or you had deals. You know how many times we talk to people and go, yeah, I had this, this, and that. But for some reason, the seller said this, this, and this. And I get it. It's just experience level. And I'm going, that's the deal. We got to call them back. Let's get back on the phone with them. Let's go set an appointment with them. Let's write them an offer. Whatever needs to happen. But if you can read between the lines, right? See the forest through the trees. That's my job. My goal is to help you with that. If you can, if you're already doing it, then awesome. Send those deals over. Let's rock, or any way we can work together. But check out AmericansHelpingAmericans.net. It's free. If you got properties, send them down the wire. You can upload them there for free. It doesn't cost a dime. But scan that QR code to be part of a 30 days to a deal challenge. That is coming up this month. All you have to do to register, it's free, right? You register, you sign up, and we're going to give you an exclusive date and time that's private just for you and others that are going to come aboard and do this stuff, right? We're going to do a live webinar. We'll take as long as we need. If it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, I don't care. As much time as we need to get all the questions answered, right? About how to be able to get a deal within 30 days. That's the goal. We're going to make it reciprocal. We're going to share our resources with you at the end of the day as well, right? Any lenders, hard money, traditional, private money. Maybe we'll buy the deal from you if you bring stuff down the wire, vice versa. Maybe we'll JV with you. Maybe we'll put some money into a fix and flip. Who knows? Maybe it's buy and hold. Is it multifamily comes down the wire? We don't care. Multifamily, hotels, motels. It can be single family houses, little small strip malls. Doesn't matter. If it underwrites and it makes sense and the seller is super flexible or just flexible, it ain't got to be super flexible. Just as long as the seller is flexible, we can work a deal. Doesn't matter if it's $40,000, $400,000, $4 million, or $40 million. Creative real estate investing works for all those things, right? All that means is we're just working a deal that's going to be flexible. It's going to be a creative deal based on the loans they have and loans that we bring to the table, whether it's private or institutional. It doesn't matter, okay? And I'll share that with you. We're going to share that with you in June. So make sure that you scan that QR code right there. It's free. We're going to take as many people as we can with us, and we're going to go live. So it'll be a live webinar. We're going to talk about the process, talk about the team. We're going to talk about how to help you get a deal with the next 30 days. We'll talk about live deals. If you have deals, bring them down the wire. You just have to show up. That's the kicker. So you got to pay it forward, right? The other kicker is that we'd like you to share these videos and post and reshare and repurpose and repost the stuff that we got out there. That's paying it forward in exchange for doing this for free. Because obviously, it's not free. It's free for you, but it costs us money. I got money, staff, marketing, all this good stuff that goes into the things that we do. So we're going to flip the bill for that. And hopefully, we can build a relationship by doing so. That's part of the jam, right? It's no different. No, I guess whatever you like to call it, right? A shameless bribe, right? So click the link or scan that QR code down below for a 30 days to a deal challenge. If you're in Southern California, we're going to break bread. We're going to eat. We're going to meet. We're going to drink coffee together. And if you're anywhere else in the United States of America, it doesn't matter. We're still going to break bread. We're going to meet, and we're going to we'll drink coffee and things of that nature, but we'll be on this we'll be on this right here, or we'll be on a live phone call, okay? All right. So let me go ahead and do a little housekeeping here. So, NODs, NOTs. California, yes. Any other state, yes, they're out there. Are they happening? Yes, they are. Is there more of them happening? Yes, there is. You go back to the same thing about the, inventory wise, right? Is there inventory? Is there shadow inventory? Of course. It's better for a bank to sell it off to a hedge fund or another investment company or another bigger investment company and not have to put them out in the open market and call them NODs, right? They are non-performing notes. That's what they really are on the secondary market. All right. So NODs, NOTs, hopefully that was helpful for you in regards to where you can find these. Now, there is a thing called PropStream. I'll pull it up. Let me see. Where is it at? And there's PropWire too. I'm not sure if I have PropWire open. I wouldn't go after deals on auction.com. You're better off just going to PropStream. I believe it's right here. Let me see. Do prop stream. And I don't get paid for any of this for sharing this with you, but their data is good. They were acquired several years ago, or a few years ago, by a title company. So their job is to keep that going. And I will also, if you working with us exclusively, then hey, we'll touch bases with you in regards to. Oh, sorry about that. In regards to title companies, right? We got to be able to close stuff. So you want to have the right title companies that are okay with either, they got your double closings, you got your wholesale stuff, you got your sub two, you got the title, binders, all that good stuff in different states, different strokes for different folks. That's just the way it rolls, right? But I like PropStream because their data is pretty good. I don't, like I said, I'm not getting paid for this, but if you need a link, then I'll send you one. If you need a link, a 7-day free trial. Yes, if you keep it, we'll get, affiliate change at the end of the day for paying it forward. Otherwise, go check it out. Their data is decent. I don't recommend their skip tracing, and I do not recommend any of their other types of marketing. It's just doesn't work the way it needs to, right? Batch is pretty good. I'll still say it's a crapshoot at the end of the day. They give you a ton of numbers, anywhere from 3 to 7, and some emails. So you got to make a lot of calls. If you got 100 properties, that's 700 calls you got to make, right? If you got 1,000 properties, well, that's 7,000 calls you got to make, right? Here's a pro tip when you're cold calling. To do that, you got to do at least, starting to get a little hoarse here. You got to call that list, pro tip. Call it at least 4 to 5 times. You got to clean it and scrub it as you move along, eliminating the bad numbers and the voice messages and all that good stuff that are not congruent to your data, right? So you call it once. A lot of people call it once, say, oh, only talk to a handful of people. Well, congratulations. Awesome. That's bitching. Call it again. And you're going to talk to another handful of people. And every time you call 4 times if you want to get a 10 to 15% response rate. Data on texting, right? You're going to text. You're going to text the data. You're going to call the data. You're going to ringless voice message the data. And you're going to clean it and scrub it as you're doing all those things if you can afford to do all those verticals and you are on point with all those, right? When you come board, we're going to show you all that good stuff. If you start working with us exclusively on the one-on-one mentoring program, that's something totally different. Then we're going to help you with all the verticals. It's done with you and done for you. We're working with you exclusively to help you get your first deal, second deal, all the way up to, we're going to partner up and do deals for a certain amount of deals. We're going to help you with set up all your tech and all that good stuff. We'll be working with you exclusively to run that data into work deals, and we're going to partner up. But you can use whatever you want because this is your business, right? Heck, you can use Fiverr. I don't recommend it, but if you got some good Fiverr people, they're just going to go to, fastpeoplesearch.com and this and that. They say they got TLO. I don't know how they got TLO unless it's like an international account of some sort because they still got to have an office, got to have it all locked up. And if it's international, can they even, come on, most people can't even afford I forgot what other ones. That just reminds me. It's just one of those companies. There's a few of them. They're expensive as shit, right? Most people in the U.S. can't afford it, right? So what makes you think someone in the Philippines or someone's going to be able to do that? All right, so here's another one. I'm going to go ahead and share. I don't endorse it or anything. I'm not getting paid from it or anything, right? There's no links, but it's free for the peeps who want free. Check it out. We've been looking at that and testing it for the last 6 months. It's like anything else. Redfin, Trulia, Realtor.com, PropWire, PropStream, Batch. They all have their algorithms. They all get their data from different places. So I don't care where you go. 9 times out of 10, you'll see Zillow. It says free foreclosure. You go to Redfin, there's no pre-foreclosure. You go to PropStream, it says no pre-foreclosure. You go to PropStream, it shows foreclosure. And it'll show the back payments. This one may not. So all the information is all over the place. That's why you have to cross-reference. Be smart about it. Be smart about it, and make sure that you're doing your homework. You're not dealing with the widget, right? It just pisses me off when people don't do their numbers or don't know their numbers, or they're like, they just said, find me a deal and send it over, and they send shit. A lot of agents do that, and newbies that are in the business. I get it. You're probably not like that, right? Of course not, right? But if you're having issues, then reach out. I know it's hard, right? Because most people don't want to work with newbies, and they're like, hey, Bring me some deals. Just bring me deals. Just bring me deals. Well, what kind of deals, right? How do you want these deals broken down? I get it, right? That'd be like me. Send me stuff, unless I know your experience, then I don't want to see it, right? Because it's probably I got time to be looking at that stuff if it's not done. Do all the work. For me, when I got started, I made sure that if I'm going to go to an investor, I put together like a prospectus, right? Here's all the information. Here's the pictures. Here's the repairs. Here's my estimates of what I think if we go this route, if we go cash, if we go terms, if you go hard money, if we do an option. Here's where the money's at. I make it as easy as possible. I also lock them into their buying criteria box, right? And making sure that they said I need 10% return on investment doesn't have to be 70 cents on the deal type property, right? Just needs to be that I need to make 10% return on investment. If it's 100,000, I need to make 10,000. If it's $1 million, I need to make 100,000. Okay, no problem. I can do that and sell them that. Sell them what they're looking for. Maybe it's 15 or 20% return on investment. Others are based on a number. I just need to make 50 grand in every deal. Midwest, I need to make $35,000 every deal. No problem. If it has 35K in it, let me show you how, where the numbers are at. Make it easy for them. And if they don't understand it, they say no. You don't walk away. Oh, okay, well, thank you. No, let me show you. Let's get on the phone. Let's get on the Zoom. Let's meet. Come to my damn office. Where are you at? I'll come to your office. Where are you at? I'll buy you lunch. Let me show you where there's money in this damn deal, and I want to sell it to you. Right? Or if you have an A-list like we build an A-list. Right? And it's not about the bidding war. It's not about, hey, whoever gives me the most money for this deal gets it. Fuck all that shit. I don't want to compete with that. I know investors don't want to compete with stuff like that. So that's what they'll tell you. I'm not, just send it to me. Or if you're going to send it to a bunch of people, send it to them. If they don't buy it, call me back. And then I'll think about it. Right? Otherwise, no. A-list. Here you go. Here's my deals. It's your buying criteria. You want $35,000? Here it is. The deals with $35,000. You want 10%, 15% return investment? Here it is. Return investment's here. Here it is. If they don't buy from me the first time, the second time, the third time, we move them to the B list, right? Which is like the second page of Google. Not getting any more deals. Give you 3 opportunities to redeem yourself, to buy inventory from me. I'm not going to waste my time sending you stuff, but may have Sweden or someone on our team send them stuff after it's been sold, right? How they get back onto the A list, I have no idea. How do they get back in our good graces? I have no idea. How do they get back in your good graces when you do this stuff? Totally up to you. It's up to your policies and procedures. We stick to our policies and procedures and don't change them for anybody. If we do change them for somebody, then we're going to change them for everybody, right? And I've had debates about that. Well, if you change, that's not true. That's not true. Look, you do whatever the hell you want to do with your business. I'm going to do what I'm going to do with my business so I can sleep at night, right? Just keep it simple, black and white, right? Let's rock it and go that route, all right? So this is what I'm going to do. One more thing here, NODs, NOTs. So what do we got here? So that's prop wire. Let me see what else is there. There's other types of services that are out there. I will say this. Here's my nice little mug here, right? Went out and took a photo shoot, especially for you guys and others out there, for all my sellers and buyers and mentees and students. They want to say thank you for all past, present, and future mentees of America that have entrusted us to come aboard and work with us exclusively throughout the United States of America to do deals. Victor is out in Kansas right now. Is one of my faves. First young man in his 30s, first person in his family to own a home. And yes, he bought it subject to existing financing. He had a couple of bucks saved up, and he bought it with tenants in it, cash flowing, management, equity. First one in his entire family to own a property. It is his. He's still, it's even been a couple years, and he's still like, man, rubbing his eyes. I still don't believe it. But I'm going to KC, and I'm going to be an hour and a half away from that property. I'm going to go smell it, touch it, and feel it. Right? And that's what they do in Missouri. Anyways, he's in Kansas, but Missouri is the show me state. You got to see it, got to smell it. Not going to believe shit unless they see it, smell it, touch it. And I get it. People are like that, right? But things have changed thanks to all the stuff that's happened, right? Last cycle, nobody, even if it was available, nobody would buy anything on the internet. Nobody would do the credit card stuff. Nobody would purchase stuff on an app or a phone. Today, it is done every single day, millions and millions and millions of times over and over. It is where we're at. So we must adjust, adapt, or perish. If you don't, that's what's going to happen, right? You're going to perish. I say adjust, adapt, and let's rock together. Scan that QR code. If you have any questions whatsoever, myself and my team will get together with you, and our whole goal, right? And the reason we're doing it for free too is just to work with a bunch of people, because I know that if you work with us and you, opposed to whatever you've done with other programs and things of that nature, and go, hey, did it work? Did it not work? They didn't share this with me. They didn't share that with me, or they didn't show up, or, it's just not working. I still don't understand it. I'm sure it's great information, but I don't get it, because you can only go so far with videos. Then you can only go so far with a coach. But when you have a mentor, it gives you a highly, highly more probable chance of achieving success, or at least achieving some type of benchmark that will pretty much lay down the law saying that this works. And if I do more, and I show up more, and I'm more present and active, then I'm going to get more. That's just the way it goes. You have to show up to the party, right? Show up to the party, and beautiful things just happen. That's the way the universe works, right? So if you put it out there, and thoughts are things, and you manifest it, that's not bullshit. We're not about, affirmations. I've been praying forever to have a business. I've been doing affirmations for 10 years, and it hasn't happened. A lot of it is you. A lot of it is me. A lot of it is us. A lot of it is, do we really want success? Do we really want to do the work today? I'd rather go to the beach than go to work. I'd rather go get my nails done than do this. I'd rather go get my hair done. I'd rather go buy some clothes. I'd rather go to Vegas. I'd rather go on a trip. I'd rather do this, and that, because I feel that I am lacking on those things. And I deserve it. And you don't do what you need to do. The business. We all become victims of it. At the end of the day, it's to not become a victim and say, you know what? I can do this. Let's do it. Let's get fired up. Let's read. Read, Think, and Grow Rich. Read all the other books that are out there. I got tons of books. Got a own little thing going on. All the books. And they do work. Affirmations. Get your morning ritual going. What time is it? 57 minutes. Oh my God. It's been a whole freaking hour, right? Now I'm going to take this, give it to Sweden, and the tech people can go chop that all down and turn it into some monetize that son of a bitch, right? Anyways, scan that QR code. I'm going to go ahead and bring the mug on real quick so we can close up this call and live meeting. Hopefully you got some value from it. There's tons of stuff out there. Look, just hyper focus. Here's the biggest thing for today. Is hyper focus on one thing and do it till you get good and you see some little micro results. 1 call, 2 calls, 3 calls, 1 appointment, 2 appointments, 3 appointments, 1, 2, 3, 4 submissions, right? And you start seeing results and then taking it further and you're going, well, shit, I got stuck right there. Okay. Reach out. You have a friend, right? What is it? You got a friend in me? Was it the whatever that movie was, right? You got a friend in me, whatever. I don't like. Anyways, that's that. Just reminds me of my kids when they're young. Man, they watch that freaking movie over and over and over, right? And I believe it was on I'm going to date myself, on a freaking VHS, right? VHS, until they wore that sumbitch out and had to buy another one. And then they went to CDs, and now it's just digital. And now you just stream the shit, right? So we just keep on moving forward, okay? Keep on moving forward. And you adjust, adapt, and you rock as the times move forward. I will tell you this, you will have a skill set. Only 3% of real estate investors understand and know how to do creative real estate investing truly with all the extra strategies. But even then, you don't have to know them all. Hyper focus on what your jam is. Hyper focus on what you love and what you want to do. I like Sub 2. Sub 2 seller finance, cool. There's more to it. If it's there, can we do it? Let's do it. But I'd rather just acquire the asset, keep it, do whatever needs to be done, sell it, fix it, flip it, work it with our mentees, just like the young man Victor, right? Got his first property, right? Now he wants to buy more. Heck, he wants to buy multifamily now, right? And the price points are going to be a lot cheaper out there. I get it. But it's all about the long-term relationships, right? Long-term relationships for the long term. The relationships are more important than the money. And I get that. When I was younger, it's a lot different, right? It's all about boom, boom. Let's win, 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 win. Business, business, and win, 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 right? As you get older, things change. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get out my soapbox right here. It is the weekend, so go out there and kick some ass. Go do what you need to do. If for whatever reason you got some properties, pre-foreclosures, multifamilies, or you're working on something, right? Even if we have to paper up, right? Paper up so we trust each other. The only reason we're going to paper up is so you trust us, not the other way around, right? But then again, I don't know. We get on a call and a little shifty, then we may not do business at all. Or maybe we go, hey, let's get an NC and D in place, okay? Just in case. Of course, even if you bring the deal, I get it, because we're going to be sharing, working together. We may bring stuff to you. So we want to protect ourselves. We want to protect yourselves. We're going to protect each other just to make sure, right? Non-disclose, non-circumvent just means that we're not going to discuss the deals all over the place with other people. Or non-circumvent means that we're not going to go around your back, steal a deal. Not going to go around our back, steal a deal. Your deals are safe with us. And even we're papered up, It's a beautiful, lovely thing, okay? So think about that. Reach out if you got deals. DM. You see this video, share it, post it. Make sure you register, okay? There's that 30 days to a deal right there. 30 days to a deal challenge. Scan that. Boom, right there. Scan the QR code. We do have something I want to share with you really quick. I believe it is right here. Where's it at? Whoops. Oh, captions. There's some cool stuff here. We're actually using RE Stream. So this streams to different platforms across social media. You know, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok's a little bit different. Instagram's a little bit different jam. But we'll probably go on Instagram a little bit later. Here we go. I want to share this information with you. Here you go. And you can reach out. Okay? We don't hide behind email or text, any of that stuff, right? But you got to be able, you got to want to rock, right? People got lives. I get it. Integrity, loyalty, communication. Communication can break down and be repaired. Integrity and loyalty cannot be repaired. Once those are broken, no reason to do business, okay? But join us, SoCal Meetup. Okay, we're going to have that in July. You can text that number, 909-341-6629, right? And say, hey, when's the next meetup? Put me on the list. Or, the invite. Because it's going to be exclusive invites only. Come down, we'll break bread, we'll eat, we'll drink. We're going to talk about creative real estate investing. We're going to talk about deals. Heck, we'll probably even work deals while we are there, as well as network, okay? So, not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Just want to share what we do and meet awesome, great people, because we're looking for awesome people just like you across the United States of America to work with. It's hard to find good people, trust me. All right? So, to learn the art of the deal, creative real estate investing, I will be your host. Also, along with Amplified Media will be the sponsors. The VIP Execs Realty and Lending will be the sponsors, as they are now, of this little Amplified Real Estate show. We'll probably have a few more sponsors. They're either going to be experts in maybe like probate, or it might be an attorney, might be title, escrow, and whatever else we can find or bring aboard as far as knowledge. And yes, they'll be sponsors, so they're going to bring the food and help out with this, right? So that's what it's all about, okay? Or if you want to be a sponsor, if you got something out there you want to share, whether it's software, tech, AI, or whatever it is, get in touch with myself, or just reach out and DM, and someone will get in touch with me. I will get in touch with you, and we'll chit-chat and we'll talk, see if we can put some things together, okay? Super open-minded, open-door policy, rock and roll in all that you do. Keep on rocking. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. We'll probably see you tomorrow for the Sunday Rants and Raves, Mindset Money Monday, Wednesday Wellness, and back to Friday highlights again. I'm going to keep that schedule because I like it. Whether it doesn't matter, at the end of the day, that's what I like the schedule, okay? And on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and yes, even today, if we're out in the field, we're gonna do some little lives. Going, hey, check this out. This is crazy, right? Here's a cool property. This is what's gonna happen. This is what we're gonna do. And you'd be surprised. We hit some of these properties. I know I'm gonna get into a rant, but we get into some of these properties. And they want this money, and they don't know, right? I've seen people lose their properties. Crazy. We offer them more, and they get less. One example: offered $327,000 on a piece of property. Went to the auction for $319,000. I said it'd be about 320, 325. The seller goes, oh, no, it's going to sell for like 375 if it does. And if God only wants me to get $5, and so be it. Not getting anything now, right? And yes, we could have went to the auction to go buy it. We were actually going to go to the auction and go buy it at the auction, or at least make some bids, depending on who it is, and at that auction. But we passed on it because the area is a little further. It's out in the high desert, and I didn't particularly like the city. If it was over here, all day long. Okay, so those are things we're going to share with you. Let's connect. Let's rock and roll. Hopefully, we'll keep on rocking for the next couple of cycles, along with you and others across the United States of America. Thank you for watching. Do the loves, do the likes, reach out, DM, catch us on all the other platforms. You can go to AmericansHelpingAmericans.net. At the same token, you can do that telephone number right there. Just text and say, hey, when's the next meetup? Can you add me? I want to be part of the next meetup. Are you a sponsor? Or let us know. Whatever questions you have, we'll communicate to there. I have one more little announcement, or actually not even an announcement. I'm just going to show this real quick. And you can hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. Anything that has to do with the Amp Live method, the art of the deal, creative real estate investing, videos. Watch them back and forth, up and down. Yes, I pushed American Mentee. I pushed the American Mentee program. I push AHA because that is our brand, right? AHA is a real estate investment brand. That's where traditionally everything started, right, with real estate investing, and then moved into mentoring, coaching, and all that other good stuff because I have a passion for it. I love it. And it is part of our cause and mission, our true mission to help as many fellow Americans, moms, dads, uncles, grandpas, grandmas, get into creative real estate investing. One deal can change your life. 2 deals, 3 deals can really change your life. And if you decide to make it a business, awesome, right? So don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for following the sheep. And, hey, there's only so much money or only so much food and so many things you get when you have everybody going in that direction. Take the railroad less traveled. Be brave. Be courageous. Never stop. Keep on punching. Rock and roll in all that you do. We'll talk to you soon.